What's up, welcome back. I'm John Stark, MyMovieGuy.com, your favorite blind film critic, and I'm doing it. It's a recap. Cobra Kai is back. Cobra Kai never died. Here's anyway. This is season 6, episode 11. Is that where we're in? I think that's where we are. Season 6, episode 11. I love the confidence that I have in this. So when's last we left the Kais? They were at the set Kai Tai Kai. Kai. Lots of Kais in there. No Kyler though. No Kyler. Kyler, not in this episode. Too much Kai for him to be around. And yeah, Sekai Taikai ended and we lost Quan. Lost is a strong word. But I guess, I guess that's what happened. So when we pick up from that, basically Sekai Takai was canceled because I don't know, there was a brawl and so Black 99 and everybody watched it and we can't have nice things and everybody's back to their lives wherever they were before. We don't necessarily see or touch on everybody in this episode. Some people are like barely in this episode. Like Miguel is in this for like, I don't know, 15 seconds, I think, total, maybe. Samantha, maybe for like 30. So the rest of them, no. No Eli, no Dimitri. No, they're not. No Hawk, no Dimitri, no Devin, no, I don't know, anybody else, really. It's more about the adults. And the Silver really wants the thing to finish. He really wants to finish the Sekai Taikai thing. So he seeks out the guy that runs Sekai Taikai and who's, I don't know, getting a massage or something at the time. And Silver's just like, I'm here. He's like, we have a duty to finish the kids. And he's like, are you crazy? So, but in order for Sekai Taikai to finish, they have to all agree. And we see Daniel is moving on. Daniel is like cleansing karate from his life. He is no longer the karate kid. He is the car dealing kid. This guy's like bonsai trees. That's what level he's at. He's at, I don't want to see a fucking bonsai tree in my car dealership. He is so anti-karate and anti, Asian appropriation at this point that he's just like burn it all down. I don't need that in my life. We're gonna move on and sell some cars. And Johnny's a little frustrated because he's sitting across the table from, like, I don't know, a guidance counselor for Robbie, who's basically telling Robbie, like, yeah, trade schools. And she's like, yeah, I was going to be a professional lacrosse player, but, that didn't work out. And Johnny's like, I mean, he was about to win world champion in his sport. So, a little different than you being a lacrosse player in, I don't know, high school. But, so yeah, she's like, give up on your dreams and go to a trade school. I guess she doesn't even try to push like community college on him, which you can usually just get into if you've graduated high school. You can start out at a 2-year school and then work your way up to a 4-year school. She didn't even try that. She's just like, I don't know. I look at Robbie and I see electrician or something. I don't know. Just he screams that to me. He doesn't really have a future at all. Why don't you go? Which is actually kind of sad because those jobs are really involved and require a lot of things. So when she looks at Robbie and sees nothing, and she's like, can you go do this really involved thing that takes a lot of training and an ability to learn how to is actually a really high paying job. I don't know, like, if I don't know what the writers of Cobra Kai were thinking, but it's actually not a bad job. And you get paid a ton of money. But I she doesn't really present him with all the options. That's for damn sure, of things that he could be or venues. She's just sort of like, I don't know, man. You're fucked. So, yeah, Johnny is having a moment, and he can't put together a crib, and Carmen calls him out for it, and it's like, well, maybe you should be in it instead of the baby, because he's having an attitude about Sekai Taikai not happening. In comes Silver, and Silver literally does like a dealership thing where he does a test drive and requests Johnny, and Johnny hops in the car. He's like, oh shit, it's Silver, and then they drive like maniacs on the streets, and Silver pitches to him. It's like, dude, if you want people to believe that you're not the maniacal villain, I don't know, maybe try not to be one all fucking time. Try harder. So, instead of, I don't know, taking him out for coffee or something that you would do if you were trying to convince people that you're not crazy, um, he just drives around like a bat out of hell and then drops Johnny back off. Is like, call me. But the pitch is, Sekai Taikai, I know we both want it. You just got to convince him, Daniel, call me. So, meanwhile, while all this is happening, Cobra Kai, I don't know, some shit's happening over there. I don't know. Here's the thing. Kwam is a person in this universe, right? He had a human being thing going on where he had parents, I'm sure, like family, friends. So after he died, the fucking dojo has his body, and then they like burn it. And that's this is a bit much. Like, is this it? Like, your dojo owns you at this point? It's just a dojo, man. Like, come on. So yeah, so they have this like pyre burning thing for Quan. They set his body on fire. Anyway, and then the old man that was running Cobra Kai yells at them a lot and says, we have to rise up, and blames defeat and everything. And Kreese he's not liking the new direction of essentially teaching the next person how to like murder the people who are in the ring with him. There's a thing that they do with like punching through the ribs, and it like collapses. Anyway, you'll see it in the show because you're gonna watch it and feel it. And they up the Tori's nowhere to be found, by the way. She's not here at all. She did not come back to Cobra Kai. I don't know where she is. She's not in this episode. But the other one, I can't think of his name, but because they were always like, they mentioned like Tori Kwan, and then there was like another boy that they were, well, he sort of gets elevated to like top at the Cobra Kai, and they're training him. And Kreese, one of the last things that he does before he quits and leaves and everything is like, I sent him away. We can't be doing this. This is not the way. He's like having a change of heart. He doesn't want to be a bad guy anymore. He wants to be a good guy. Blah, blah, blah. He has this nice sit down with the angry lady, May. Is that her name? Anyway, and they talk. Actually, I thought she poisoned his tea. Like, there was so much focus in the audio description on her watching him sip tea. I thought she poisoned him. Like, legit. It was like, she watches him drink the tea. She watches him drink the tea. She watches him drink the tea. I was like, is he gonna die from the tea? I mean, kudos, because we are in like the final 5 episodes, so like literally anything can happen at this point. And her grandfather is like, you have a task to perform. And I was like, okay. So the tea's poisoned. No. Nope, Kreese is good. Goes to bed. She has to go kill her grandfather though. That's fun. So that happens. Yeah, so she can gain control of Cobra Kai, and Kreese, who was leaving anyway, she's like, we're done. And I was like, well, I already quit, so yeah, I don't know. I was gonna leave in the morning. I was, I was on my way out. So, but he's worried that nobody will ever see him as a good guy. Valid, but also at the same time, he's like, I've got some unfinished business. I'm like, that doesn't make you sound like, like you're on here the whole episode being like, I want to be a good guy. I want to be a guy. I just need to atone for my sins, and I got some unfinished business. I feel like those things just don't match. So after, I don't know, this weird Cobra Kai thing where they sit there just student on fire, I want the series to make sense. But then again, I also look at the movie that's coming up where it's Ralph Macchio and Jackie Chan, and I'm like, why is no one else from Cobra Kai in this movie? Like, he has established the fact that he has a wife and 2 kids, bare minimum, in this movie, and you're telling me that neither of his kids are in the next Karate Kid movie? Neither of them. Sam and Anthony. I feel like, what the fuck? Anyway, so it ends with Johnny bringing Silver over to Daniel's place. Johnny's like, do you trust me? And Daniel's like, yes. And then it's like Silver. And then they sit down, they talk to Silver, and they find out, well, Silver tells him that he's dying. And that's why he's got, like, he can spend everything. He's like, I have nothing left. This is it. I just want to know that, I just want to go out on top. That's all I got. And he tells Daniel that he can pick the venue, the location, the refs, everything, and he'll pay for all of it. He just has to agree to do it so they can compete. So that's where we're at, is they don't know whether or not to believe Silver, which is valid because, I mean, he's given them every reason not to. But Silver's like, I don't know, you can bother to check or validate it if you want. And I don't know, I feel like Daniel's probably like, then why was I in a cage? Like, why? You just had me in a dog cage, But that's it. Basically, so the car dealership guys are back in this episode. They kind of just exist because they're in this universe. They don't really do anything. They're there. The cousin and I don't know the other ones, but and his wife, and we do see Sam a little bit, but not Anthony. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of people are not in this. Like, Tori's not in this episode. No, Miguel's in this for like 5 seconds at the end of the episode. Barely is. Devin, Hawk, yeah, a lot of those. But also Chosen's not in this. Silver's dojo, that whole dojo is not here. All those people did not make this episode. So we'll see. We'll see what happens moving forward. I'd be shocked if it didn't end up with somebody from Miyagi-Do winning, but I always think what's going to end up happening is it's going to come down like it always has, with a split decision. And our male winner will be Robbie, and our female winner will be Tori, because Tori's narrative is stronger than Samantha's. So I think Tori's going to end up winning. And I think she's going to come in with some weird dojo thing where Kreese is like her person. I think that's what the unfinished business is. I think he makes it sound nefarious, and then he's just going to go find Tori, because Tori is obviously without a dojo. And unless somebody else gives up their spot in Miyagi-Do, she has nowhere to go. She's not going back to Cobra Kai because she would have been there. So either she's quitting karate altogether, and that's her choice, and Samantha wins, or this is leading towards a Robbie Tori win. We'll see. Anyway, I thought the Quan burning was a bit much, so I'm going to degrade this episode a little bit. It was a little bit over the top for me. I was like, does he have no one at all? He has nowhere he comes from? This is it for him? All right. Oh, we're going to set him on fire. That's not extreme. So I'm going to give Cobra Kai Season 6, episode 11, a B+. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'll see you guys on the other side.